Hello there, welcome to Use This Room. I'm so excited that you're here. If you listen to my last video, I talked about how familiarity breeds contempt, but the point is that it doesn't have to. Just because you become familiar with someone or you become familiar with their stories doesn't mean that you have to devalue or disrespect them. But the way that we are wired as humans, it's so easy for us to fall into the trap of devaluing people or taking them for granted because we know them or because they will understand, right? So because of that, today I wanted to talk about friendship a little bit. I'm definitely not the expert at friendship. I feel like we don't talk enough about friendship, but it is one relationship that we truly need. Every one of us automatically enters into a family system the moment that we're born, and therefore given the gift of companionship through that family system. A mother, a father, and us, and maybe even the gift of siblings as well. Some family systems are blended, some of them are polygamous in nature, but the thing is that we are not isolated at birth. We're plugged into a system where we can get some sort of companionship. But if we're lucky, we are placed in family systems so we have some sort of shared goals, unity, some cohesiveness, where the siblings and the parents actually support and love being around each other, right? And that in itself is a blessing, it's a functional family. For some of us, we unfortunately find ourselves in dysfunctional family situations, and that makes us from an early age crave erotic relationships with romantic partners. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but I'm saying like if you're in a dysfunctional family systems, a lot of times you start looking for relationships outside to fill the gap. For some of us, we look for friendships that friends who become our families, and some of us we look for romantic partners who become our family, right? The thing about romantic relationships is that they're very high stake relationships. With eroticism comes consequences and things like that, and so those relationships can sometimes be also can be transactional. But friendships are not as obligatory as romantic relationships can be or family relationships can be. But the thing is that good friends are family members that are not blood related to us. you know, Growing up, my house was always a rendezvous point, right? I must have been the life of the party or something, I don't know, but friends met themselves at my house. As I got older, I became more recluse. I think I became what you would call more ambiverted. Like I'm not super extroverted and I'm not super introverted. I realized how essential it is for me to protect my energy. I realized that some people just need to stay as acquaintances and not friends, and that trust and reliability were very crucial to me. Familiarity breeds contempt. But should it? It doesn't have to. There is a risk that comes with being vulnerable with people. The more of your stories you share, you risk unfortunately, being taken for granted. You risk losing value in the eyes of your friends. The truth is, becoming familiar with someone else, honestly, genuinely knowing and embracing their stories, is a gift that we should cherish. We all need friends, especially if we come from dysfunctional family systems. Now, the thing is, what purpose do friendships play in our lives, right? Companionship. In the book by David Brooks, How to Know a Person, he talks about having your friends linger around. It means that you enjoy them so much that you don't mind them being in the room and your space. Friends also serve as a shoulder to rely on in bad times. There are friendships that have outlasted marriages. They are there when you started dating the guy or the girl, and they're there when maybe the marriage didn't work or whatever, right? And there are friends that have seen each other through hardships, breakups, divorces, death of parents or loved ones, and so on and so forth, through failures. You know, Friends are also there not just to share in the bad times. I don't want friends that are just there to only share my bad times. I want friends that are also there to share my good times. They share your good news, they celebrate your wins. And that's why when I see jealousy and unhealthy competition, you can have healthy competition with your friends, like, hey, guess let's bet who can lose 10 pounds this week, right? And you set a bet on it and stuff. But jealousy and unhealthy competition have no place in true, genuine friendship. Toxic individuals spend more time one upping each other. I don't get it. If we're friends, we should be uplifting each other. We should be celebrating each other, not spending time one upping each other, competing, or being jealous of each other, right? Real friendships don't have room for that. Your friends are there to also make you laugh, especially when you're having a bad day, when you're having a really rough day. Can you call someone and this person is gonna make me laugh? They're funny. Like, we make friends for different reasons. We make friends with people for different reasons, and we're all eccentric in our own ways. But your friends are there to, kind of make you laugh, lighten the mood. Your friends are there to give you advice sometimes, and to be able to point you in the right direction. They're there to troubleshoot things together with you. And for some of us, there are so many reasons why we need friends, you guys. Companionship is a big one, but for some of us, our friendships turn into romantic relationships and into marriages. Sometimes before we meet our spouses, we were friends with them. Some of us were friends with our spouses before we even started dating them. So friendships are so, so, so essential. So I want you to leave a comment below on how friendship has transformed your life, hopefully in a positive way. So the thing is, if friendship is so rewarding, why do we struggle to make friends? And why do friendships sometimes fail, right? Number one, I guess personality differences, right? I find that people that are more extroverted find it easier to make friends. I don't know how genuine or how deep the friendships are, but they do find it easier to make friends just because of their nature. Introverts are kind of like at the party in the corner, if they're even at the party at all. And so it might be a little bit harder for them to make friends. There's nothing wrong with being either. You can be extroverted or introverted the way you were created, right? But I just find that if you're an extrovert, it's just easier for you to kind of talk to people. Also, sometimes friendships fail because of past experiences, like being burned or being betrayed before in past friendships. And so you're like, I don't know. Now I have to be really careful and really watchful. Um, Distance, just relocating to a different place can make friendships fail. Like, being in the same proximity with someone helps with developing friendships. And the thing about distance and moving it is that we change is constant. Our exposure, our orientation, and then for some of us, we have paradigm shifts that may not align with the values of the friends that we might have left in a different state or a different country. Another reason why friendships sometimes fail, or why it's difficult to make friends, is pride and ego. Adult friendships are hard. I'm not going to focus a lot on adult friendships. I think that at the end of the day, if you want friends, you have to be intentional. We all have to be intentional, whether we are adults or not. We have to be intentional, right? But I think pride and ego really plays into the friendship dynamic, and especially with girls, your everything is in code. It is hard. Have you ever heard some girls just say, I'd rather just be friends with guys because I don't have time for the games? It's hard. A lot of times women, they talk in code, they act in code, like, you're mad at me, but I don't know you're really mad at me, things like that. So sometimes that can really affect friendships as well. Also, differences in value system. Maybe you used to go to the bar with your friend, and that's where you guys always meet and you drink and you chat about life. And then one person decides that they're not going to drink anymore. Um, yeah, differences in value system can make you lose friends. Sometimes people just drift, and that is okay. There are seasonal friendships. Maybe you were in the same program together, and then you just kind of drifted. apart. That is okay. Not everybody is meant to be in your life for the long haul, and it's okay for friendships to drift. And the thing about friendships that drift is that they might drift and they might come back again in the future, right? There are some people that I don't really talk to. It's not because I'm mad at them or whatever, or like, oh, I don't want to be friends with them. It's just there are different circumstances that just make you kind of drift. And if we see each other in certain occasions, we're gonna go back and just talk and stuff. And there's some friends that you have that you don't even have to talk to for long periods of time. But when you reconvene, it's like you literally pick up where you left off. So we struggle to make friends for diverse reasons, and friendships also sometimes fail for different reasons as well. So please add other examples in the comment section on why some of your friendships failed. As I grow older, I realize more that we have to work hard at friendships. Friendships are so essential to us. Nothing good in this life comes easy. Nothing good comes easy. No matter how old you are, you need a friend. We always say a friend in need is a friend indeed. Some of us are blessed with a gift of a best friend. If you are, kudos to you. And someone who, a best friend is like somebody who knows you really well and sees you, who accepts your flaws and calls you out on your BS when needed. But even if you don't have a best friend, I think it is essential to have at least one friend. Some people don't have any friends at all. I think about all the travels, like imagine having all the money in the world to travel and to go to places you want to go to, but you have nobody to go with. How sad is that? Like life is more fun with your friends. I mean, that's my belief, but so now what I really want to talk about here is, I know that friendships do fail. I know that we do struggle sometimes to make friends, but how do we maintain good friendships? I've had some friends that have become sisters and brothers to me, and I realize that as I get older, I want to maintain those friendships. I know my flaws, I have a lot of blind spots and stuff, but maintaining those friendships is key. So how do we maintain good friendships? And when we're making friends, like what do we look at when we're deciding that we want somebody to be friends with us? For me, like I said before, trust is really important to me. Loyalty is important. Character is important. Values, what your values are. Like as I get older, it becomes really really difficult for me because I need to take time to study this individual. If I'm going to bring you into my life, into my fold, and be devoted to you, character is very important. Trust is really important. That's why when I don't know, I have a difficult time trusting people that gossip a lot. If you gossip a lot or you're triangulating gossiping with me to build a bond with me, I automatically don't trust you because if our friendship is going to go deeper, if we're going to build some sort of intimacy, then I need to be able to share things about myself with you and trust that what I share with you stays with you, right? But if you're here gossiping about all your friends and all their issues and everything to me, I mean, nobody's perfect. I gossip. We all gossip, right? But I'm saying like gossiping all the time. Nah, it's not gonna work. So character is very, very important to me. So how do we maintain good friendships? And I'm saying this, I'm learning this. All these videos I'm putting out, sometimes I replay them and I ask myself, okay, am I doing this? How can I be better, right? Number one, communication. We have to communicate, right? No relationship is gonna survive without communication. If you've made a decision that you want this person to be your friend and you want to continue the friendship with someone or maintain the friendship, you have to communicate. We have to value each other and we have to respect each other. I think mutual respect is really, really important. Valuing the other person is really, really key. We have to be intentional, show up for each other. We need to be trustworthy and loyal. Good friends don't talk trash about their friends behind their backs. Don't trash talk your friends. Like, if someone comes to me and tells me, oh, this friend of mine is just has just been talking trash about me, I'm sorry. It's gonna be that's trust is broken right there. Another thing that's really key is honesty. Honesty is so essential in friendships. I talked about familiarity, right? We do need to become familiar. For us to build any intimacy, I have to share my stories with you, and in turn, you share your stories with me. And so, we need to be willing to be honest and be vulnerable with each other if we're going to build any sort of depth, if we're going to have any sort of depth to our friendship. And so honesty is so crucial. Some of us are tend to be maybe more honest than others, I don't know, but honesty is crucial. And then another thing in like choosing a friend or maintaining a friendship is just praying for the spirit of wisdom and insight. Pray for wisdom. Your wisdom will tell you if you should go the long haul with an individual or not. I have been so privileged in my life to have met so many amazing people, especially women who have become family and sisters to me. And with the wisdom that comes with age, I've been able to see some of my blind spots and stay working on it a little bit better. And, um, and because of that, I think that I now understand that, it is essential to be vulnerable with somebody else. Nobody is an island. You need to make even your spouse, you need to build friendship with your spouse. If not, then there is no relationship. When I was growing up, my grandma told me, she said, when you get married or when you start dating or whatever, but mostly in the context of marriage, like a forever relationship, in periods where love cannot carry you, let friendship carry you. So it is so essential to make sure that you're building friendship, even in the context of a romantic relationship. So, you guys, familiarity. This is kind of like the part two. Doesn't always have to breed contempt. Let us love, respect, appreciate, and value each other. And to the women in my life that accept me, love me, that show up, that tolerate me, I am deeply grateful. But the thing is, as we get older, I understand the value of having good people and maintaining those good friendships in our life. If there's one thing that you must have in this life, is a good friend, because your life is hard. Life is hard, you all. I hope that if you are, in need of a friend, or if you're just in a weird season, I hope that you find, your tribe. Um, but I want to make sure that we do not take this for granted, okay? So that's to say, if this video blessed you in any way and you haven't liked it, you haven't shared, you haven't subscribed, come on, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe. And it's funny because my introductory video said me too, friend. I understand and I get it, and I know that we are all working hard at something. But isn't it so nice that at the end of the day, say maybe after work or something, you have a friend to share your day with, or to talk to. I am so fortunate that I have friendships even within my family system. My siblings are also my friends, and so blessed to have amazing people that I look up to, that have inspired me in my life to be better. So, if you feel like you're not being seen in your community, I just want to let you know that I see you, I love you, and you are beautiful just the way that you are. I hope you have a wonderful day. Till next time, please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye.